Is there a possibility that Neo and Trinity won't come back in Matrix 5? The Matrix Resurrections concluded with Neo and Trinity flying off after defeating the Analyst, but the next installment could potentially diverge from the storyline and characters established since the original Matrix. Recently, Goddard, the director behind the film Project Hail Mary and the filmmaker tasked with continuing the Matrix saga, was again interviewed, revealing more new details regarding the Matrix 5. So in this video we will discuss this latest news about the upcoming next installment of The Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
The last we heard of Goddard, following the confirmation that Matrix 5 was still in production, he had retreated to his cave to write the first draft of his script. This recent news comes to us courtesy of Collider, where Goddard was asked about both Project Hail Mary and the next Matrix film. A portion of his report reads as follows, and I quote, "After the Matrix Resurrections brought Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back in 2021, the big question was always whether the franchise would keep building on that story or start moving away from it. Now there is finally another real update on The Matrix 5, and while Goddard did not say much, what he did not say may be the biggest clue of all. Speaking to Variety while promoting Project Hail Mary, Goddard said that the film is still in the writing stage and made it clear that he is still trying to figure out the best version of the story. He stated, "I can't say too much because we are still in the stage of writing it. I need to give myself space to find the best story," he explained. What stands out more is what happened when he was asked whether Reeves and the original cast will return. Goddard's answer was simple, "I can't speak to that." It is not a confirmation either way, but it is a pretty telling dodge for a franchise that has been so closely tied to Neo and Trinity for more than 2 decades. The article reiterates a point from an earlier interview, stating that Goddard is still in the process of writing the story, yet it sounds like his story may not continue Neo's adventures. The article continues with, and I quote, "Goddard also made it clear that he is approaching the project with a lot of reverence for what Lana and Lily Wachowski built. He said, 'I love what Lana and Lily Wachowski did with those movies. They mean so much to me, and I feel like they've had a profound impact on my creative voice. I take this responsibility very seriously. I feel the weight of wanting to do right by the fans, wanting to do right by the creators, and wanting to do right for myself as a fan," Goddard concludes. Now this is one of the most significant parts of the interview, as it reveals the impact The Matrix has had on Goddard's career and his desire to live up to the expectations of the fanbase. However, meeting fans' expectations is something that even the creators of The Matrix have had a tough time achieving. Therefore, simply staying true to the established lore would be the right move, in our opinion. The report concludes with, and I quote, "When asked why The Matrix Resurrections did not connect more strongly at the box office, Goddard was also careful, saying that the film certainly resonated with him, and calling it perhaps the most emotional of the 4, while noting that it was released during the COVID period and at a time when Warner Brothers was sending everything to streaming." End quote. Goddard was asked about the disappointing box office figures for The Matrix Resurrections, a topic that the film's production team has avoided addressing, and in response, Goddard attributes the poor performance to the film's simultaneous streaming and theater release and the then COVID-19 pandemic. As you may recall, Matrix 4 premiered simultaneously in theaters and on HBO Max, a strategy that ultimately impacted the film's box office revenue. Furthermore, Goddard states that Matrix 4 was one of the most emotional installments of the franchise for him, and we tend to agree with him. The Matrix Resurrections return to the simulation, with a Thomas Anderson who is once again trapped within a perpetual system. The film is an emotionally charged installment because it reveals that despite everything that happened, Neo remains a fundamental piece of the machine's system of control. Although Resurrections was initially met with mostly negative criticism by a large part of the audience who saw it, the film has grown in appreciation much faster than the original 2 sequels. Another key point made in the article is the suggestion that Warner Brothers negatively impact the Matrix brand through a controversial yet necessary business decision at the time to release the film on HBO Max. The Matrix Resurrections featured several jokes at Warner's expense, an irony that is not lost on us, as we on this channel continue to have issues with said company. Despite Matrix Explained being recognized as the #1 YouTube channel for Matrix-related content, lore, and news, and having played a role in keeping the community alive, we have received nothing but copyright claims and rejected disputes, leaving us with no choice but to delete multiple videos and forfeit the associated viewership and revenue. This happened again recently, when we were forced to remove 2 more videos after the company in question denied our copyright disputes. Even though this channel has always employed fair use of clips for our videos, it is a bit difficult to cover The Matrix without clips from the movies. Consequently, it is ironic that we see Neo being subjected to psychological torment by an executive from Warner Brothers. So if you are watching this video and later you can't find it, now you know the reason. We hope that once Paramount purchases and takes control of Warner Brothers, we, as content creators and fans, will be treated with the fairness we deserve, thereby helping to maintain this community. Therefore, we ask that if any of you happen to know someone close to the suits at Warner Brothers, please convey to them the importance of this platform and the dedication that goes into making these videos. Now, returning to the original topic, the most interesting aspect of the article seems to be that The Matrix 5 may be without Neo and Trinity. So could it be a reboot, a prequel, or a spin-off?
This is not over yet. I will sequel franchise spin-off!
The Matrix is a world full of untold stories, so it doesn't need to continue The Matrix Resurrections, though that may be the safer route to take. We are living in a time where tech industries are claiming that we are on the verge of creating artificial general intelligence, so perhaps now is the time to explore the origins of the machines and the simulation itself. Interesting fact before we end the video. Just a few days ago, one tech company replicated the brain of a fly within a simulation, and remarkably, it behaved like a real fly. So you could say that we are seeing the early versions of the machine ambassador from the Animatrix. Our future looks promising, doesn't it? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.